Hey riders, welcome back to Upcoming Cruiser Bikes, where we bring you the latest scoops on upcoming motorcycles, both on and off the beaten path. Today, we're talking about a true legend, one that's been defying the sands of time, holding its ground in a world that's constantly changing. We're diving deep into the 2025 Honda XR650L, a dual-sport beast that refuses to bow out. While the industry floods us with high-tech updates, electric options, and futuristic styling, the XR650L stands like a grizzled veteran, battle-tested, reliable, and unapologetically old-school. And that's exactly why people love it. The living fossil that still kicks. Let's not beat around the bush. The XR650L isn't a new bike. It hasn't had a radical update in years. In fact, this machine has remained largely unchanged since its introduction back in 1993. But that's part of the magic. With a 644 cubic centimeters air-cooled, single-cylinder four-stroke engine, it continues to deliver straightforward, bulletproof performance that's hard to kill and even harder to replace. In a world obsessed with touchscreens and ride modes, the XR650L keeps things raw and real. No ride-by-wire, no fancy electronics, no fragile components. Just a solid, torquey thumper mated to a 5-speed transmission and ready for anything you throw at it. It's the kind of bike you can drop, dust off, and keep riding. What's new in 2025? Okay, so here's the thing, you're not going to find a revolutionary change in the 2025 Honda XR650L. But you know what? That's precisely what fans of this bike expect. Honda knows not to mess with success. However, the 2025 model does bring a few refinements that improve its road manners and overall value. For 2025, Honda retains the classic structure and adds updated graphics, new seat materials for added durability, and slight tweaks to the suspension tuning for a more compliant ride on mixed terrain. The latest model also benefits from a minor ECU calibration update, giving slightly smoother throttle response across the rev range. The heart of the beast, engine and performance. The core of the XR650L remains its iconic 644 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine. It's air-cooled, which means fewer moving parts and less maintenance. It uses a gear-driven counterbalancer to keep vibes in check and is fed by a 42.5mm constant-velocity carburetor, a rarity in 2025, but one that works reliably in all conditions. With a compression ratio of 8.3:1, it may not be a fire breather, but it'll take abuse, run on low-octane gas, and keep going for tens of thousands of miles. Peak horsepower hovers around 40, with torque in the mid-40s, lb-ft, which is more than enough for backwoods trail riding and occasional highway stints. Suspension and handling. One of the XR650L's defining features is its long-travel suspension and high ground clearance. Up front, you get a 43mm air-adjustable fork with over 11 inches of travel. In the rear, a ProLink single shock with adjustable preload and compression damping delivers 11 inches of cushion. This setup gives the bike excellent trail capability and allows it to soak up rough terrain without breaking a sweat. It's not the lightest dual sport out there, but its tall stance and robust suspension let it float over rocks, ruts, and rumbles with confidence. With 13 inches of ground clearance and a 21-inch front/18-inch rear wheel combo, you can take it places most street-legal bikes wouldn't dare. The elephant in the room, seat height. Let's talk about that seat height. At 37 inches, it's no joke. This bike is tall. If you're under 5 feet 10 inches, you might find yourself on tiptoes at stoplights. But there's a reason for that height, it's built for performance off-road. The extra clearance means fewer busted undercarriages and a more comfortable ride when the trail turns nasty. Tall seat aside, the ergonomics are classic dirt bike style. Wide handlebars, upright riding position, and a narrow frame give you control whether you're navigating traffic or carving a fire road. Built like a tank. Durability is one of the XR650L's superpowers. The steel frame is tough as nails, and everything from the fork guards to the foot pegs is built to last. The minimal bodywork is easy to remove and replace, and the simple wiring makes roadside fixes a breeze. Crash it, drop it, get it muddy, this bike won't complain. If you're planning a cross-continent ride through the mountains, deserts, or jungles, this is the bike you want. Road manners and versatility. While the XR650L shines off-road, it's surprisingly capable on pavement. The bike's relatively low gearing makes it quick off the line, and while it starts to vibrate a bit at higher speeds, cruising at 60 to 70 miles per hour is totally doable. That makes it a great option for dual-sport riders who need to hop on the highway to get to their trails. The 2.8-gallon fuel tank gives you a range of around 100 to 120 miles depending on how hard you ride. Many owners opt for aftermarket tanks for longer trips, and the aftermarket scene for this bike is huge, from larger tanks and luggage racks to exhaust systems and lowering kits. Simplicity is a feature. In a time when motorcycles are increasingly complex, the XR650L's simplicity is a breath of fresh air. There's no traction control, no ride modes, and no TFT dash. What you do get is an analog speedometer, a few idiot lights, and a choke lever. It's mechanical, predictable, and refreshingly analog. That's what makes it easy to repair, customize, and own for the long haul. Pricing and availability. The 2025 Honda XR650L is priced at $6,999, which is nearly the same as previous years. For a machine that's capable of trailblazing and commuting, that's excellent value. It's also eligible for financing through most Honda Powersports dealerships, making it accessible for both new and returning riders. Availability begins in early summer 2024 in most markets, with models already arriving at dealerships in limited numbers. It comes in Honda's signature red, accented with fresh white graphics that give it a subtle nod to its Baja roots. Who is this bike for? If you're a new rider looking for your first dual sport, the XR650L might seem intimidating at first, but its predictable power delivery and rugged construction make it a fantastic teacher. If you're a seasoned rider tired of electronic gremlins and overpriced maintenance, this bike will feel like a warm hug. It's also perfect for those who want one bike to do it all: commute on weekdays, ride the backroads on weekends, and explore the wild during long adventures. The XR650L isn't for those seeking high-tech thrills, it's for riders who crave connection with their machine and the road, or trail, beneath them. Final thoughts: the legend rolls on. The 2025 Honda XR650L is not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about doing your own thing, forging your own path, and having a machine that you know, trust, and love. In a world full of gimmicks and tech trends, the XR650L is refreshingly real. No fluff, no frills, just ride. So, whether you're planning an epic trail ride or just looking for a reliable dual sport with soul, the XR650L deserves a serious look. It's more than just a motorcycle, it's a lifestyle, a mindset, and a legacy that continues to inspire. Stay tuned with upcoming cruiser bikes. That's it for today's deep dive into the 2025 Honda XR650L. If you're as stoked as we are about bikes that stick to their roots, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more upcoming rides. This is Upcoming Cruiser Bikes, and we'll catch you on the next throttle twist.